try to start all our videos on an upbeat note, really happy, but we are not upbeat and we are not happy today, because check this out. We got deluged with rain and it completely filled up our grade beams. It submerged them and it submerged our spirits. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. What we're gonna do, we got this little electric submersible pump with a 2-inch discharge hose. We're gonna hook it up, throw it in there, get that water out and see what we're up against. Let's get it done. Here we go. Yeah. All right, gang, that is working great, but it's gonna take a little bit of time. And the day that it was raining so hard here is actually the same day that all our rebar and our stirrups were delivered. But it was so muddy, he couldn't get the machine any closer than the street. Now the city wants that gate closed. We can't close the gate because the rebar's in the way. So while this is draining, I say we glove up, and move some steel. All right, we've got most of the water pumped out, and this is what Jordan calls a pretty tough scene, and he's right. We wanted to do this ourselves, and we could have 3 or 4 weeks ago after we dug it out, and that was the time to do it. But we just got hit with some delays, and of course the rain was the biggest spoiler of all.
Yeah, we had that Vegas trip that we went on. Just like you said, a lot of delays and a lot of things that came up that we had to deal with. This is really just a big lesson in time management and resource acquisition and swallowing of pills, because we're swallowing a pretty tough one right now. Very, very discouraged right now. Very unhappy with these series of events.
Yep, but we'll get it fixed. So the good news is we learned a big lesson. We know when we build a house, we got to get it dug and the concrete poured in a matter of days.
Yeah,
Can't wait anymore.
Yeah, but it's not even just dug and, I mean, it's like a dance. It's like a big dance.
It is.
And you have to choreograph all these different people. I mean, all these different things consecutive day after day after day after day.
Yeah.
And the whole point of doing it ourselves was to save money, of course. But now we're just wasting money, man. It is a tough scene. It's really tough.
But we got a guy who said he can come help us, right?
Yeah,
That's
actually,
cool.
Marcos, when he actually came and laid our forms the first time, as he was leaving, he was getting in his truck, and his last words to me, and can't even make this up, his last words to me were, "You're gonna call me," and then he started laughing, and he got in his truck and he drove away.
Yep.
Seriously, but this stuff is super soupy right now. As you can see, even if we wanted to dig this right now, we just cannot.
Right.
We literally cannot dig this. We want to take advantage of this nice, beautiful day and get some work done, but we just can't. So it's like, you know, you've got your beautiful days where you can't work because the bad days prior are preventing you from doing so. So we just kind of have to sit with our thumbs in our mouths until it dries out. I mean, it's just a tough scene, man. Really, really hard lesson, learned the hard way. If you want to start looking through like a positive lens,
yep.
Thank goodness it's on a small pad and not on a house. That'd be devastating.
Yeah, and so we got all the rebar moved, and we need to clean it because it's muddy, and that won't fly with the inspector.
Right.
So we can clean rebar right all day while those guys do their work.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we got to do.
Yep, we initially got a turnkey price from these guys to do the entire slab. I mean, that's to dig it, rebar, vapor barrier, all of the whole thing. And at this point, I'm just gonna pay it. It's just like, it's too much of a headache. And I've been looking out these windows and seeing this for too long. And I know the viewers are sick of this, and we just want to see a slab too.
All right, let's call him up.
All right, how you doing, man?
I'm here working.
You remember when you left the job site last time and you said you're gonna call me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we need some help, but we're not going to be able to do the grade beams and lay the steel and do all that ourselves, unfortunately. So I wanted to call you and ask for your help.
Okay. Okay, I can go there Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, and pour Friday.
A week from tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be there Wednesday.
All right, cool, man. We'll see you then.
All right, thanks, sir.
All right, thanks, Marcos. See you then, buddy. Bye. All right.
All right, cool.
So,
it's as easy as a phone call.
well, yeah, but I mean, I don't want to have him. Could you imagine him showing up Wednesday and we're like, all right, there you go.
Right.
That'd be horrible.
Yeah.
So we probably got to spend this week getting that ready. We got to give it a day or two to dry out, and then we got to get in there and kind of make it like somewhat presentable. I don't know.
See if we can save you some money.
Yeah. Oh, man. We can set up his dry line and we can give him marks. We can do corner boards and stuff.
They'll do it in 2 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
There you go.
All right, guys, so it is the next day, and I'm riding solo today. The boys are off doing errands and doing other things, enjoying this bright, sunny day. After yesterday, I was real discouraged. I'm not gonna lie about it. So I thought I'd get out here today while the sun is out, and I thought I'd just help the situation. So what I mean by that is we rented that 2-inch electric pump yesterday, and we tried to use it to get as much of the water out as possible. And as you can see, it did a really, really good job. But if you have ever used those pumps, you know that it always just leaves a little bit of water in, like wherever you're trying to pump, it just leaves a little bit of water. So we've got this manual guy. Like I said, I'm just trying to take advantage of the day, and I'm really just trying to get all of this water out as possible, because if you pan down right here, you can see that a lot of the water's out, and that's just gonna give the sun the best opportunity to dry out this dirt as possible so we can dig it up, because we have to get in the grade beams to dig. We can't do it from outside. Just reaching down and digging, just not a lot of fun. We need to get inside, but we can't get inside if it's super soupy. So I'm gonna use this yellow pump and just get this water out, just like this. It's like a big squirt gun. It's a beautiful day to do what you already did. All right, guys, got most of the water out. Always hard to get that last bit, but I don't think we have that much more to go. Maybe right here, just a little bit in the middle. As you can see, the plumbers just got here, and they just got done sleeving all of our pipe with that nice blue pipe so the inspectors can see it. I love that. And I love all these blue flakes around the job site, just adding a nice pop of color against all this drab dirt. Probably gonna tackle this next. I got pretty much 3 main areas. I got this one and both sides. Let's get it done. All right, guys, next day, and as you can see, we've got the plastic out and it's soaking wet. We've got puddles of water. What happened? We got a surprise rainstorm in the middle of the afternoon. So I got out here, panicked, put this plastic over everything to try and save the work that I had done, getting it all dry. And we got a lot of water. We pulled up a lot of water, and I think we helped a lot, but I'm getting sneak peeks like right there. It looks pretty wet inside, but Dad's here, and we've got 2 buckets. We're gonna pump the water in these buckets and like haul it out, and then we're gonna remove the plastic and see.
Bucket brigade.
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh.
Dude, what'd you do to my pump?
I don't know. Why'd you buy a cheap pump?
Well, it's not made for this. It's made for doing toilets, not 100 gallons of water in a foundation. Well, let's see if we can tape it and
right,
get a last little bit of money out of this guy.
Some Lexel maybe?
Yeah. We got this flex tape from something. We bought 4 rolls of it. I don't know what for, but I got 3 left. All right. You think that'll hold, bud?
I think so.
Good enough for a foundation?
Good enough for a little pump for sure.
For your foundation? All right, let's go try it out. This is not what I envisioned when we said we're going to build a house for you, bud.
Me either. Nice. All right, let me empty that.
All right, guys, we got most of the water pumped out. So the plan now, we're going to grab that side, pull it that way towards the driveway. We're going to spread it out, let it dry, and save it because we're going to need it next week. Because what's forecast for next week?
It's supposed to be keep getting these thunderstorms.
More rain.
Yeah.
Absolutely killing us. But let's pull it that way. That way, any water that's on here, hopefully, will dump inside this one. We pump it out and do this side.
Yeah, in best case scenario, that's dry enough in some parts to where we can start digging and prepping it for.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
let's
cool.
do it.
Let's do it. All right, guys, it is the next day, and as you can see, we pulled our plastic back, but check it out. We still have water in the grade beams, and it didn't rain. That actually seeped in there overnight. I guess since this thing was saturated, remember, it was full up to water here, it got into here, and now it's seeping out into there.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's a 60% clay, 40% sand mixture. I think I got that right. And so this is holding a little bit of water. So our plan today is to keep digging.
We're definitely learning the hard way and making it harder on ourselves. So we got to apologize to the viewers because we've been on this dirt for weeks and months.
Yeah, I am so anxious to see that slab. I'm just gonna sit, I'm gonna have a picnic on the slab when it's done. I'm just gonna have lunch on the slab.
Oh yeah, we all will.
And Jordan actually got out here early today, got a little bit of digging done, and down there, it is rock solid, just like it was when we dug them originally with that little excavator. But the problem is we got all this soup on top of that. So our goal today is to get rid of the soup. So Operation Remove the Soup begins right now. Now let me give you an idea of how soupy this is. Let's check it out. We can't pour concrete on that, and we can't dig it with a machine, so we'll have to dig it by hand like I said. Now Rad's already removed all this, and he's standing on solid ground. So we're just gonna get in here with the shovels and get rid of it. We're gonna put it on top here, let it dry out, and hopefully later we can move this when it's not soup and put it on our big pile in the backyard and keep that thing growing.
All right, guys, quick update. This is everything that we've been able to do. Still a lot of soup right there, but as you can see, we got our grade beam back on that one. Little water, not too worried about it. The back is definitely the worst because we have Mount Stud Pack there, which is just seeping down and eroding, so I won't show you that. Let's show you the good progress that we've made. Rad absolutely obliterated this grade beam, did a fantastic job, and now we're just working on this intersection right here. So I'm working over here. Rad's right there getting done. We got a little bit of water out right there. Hard to tell on video, but we're actually making a lot of good progress. And of course, it's a little bit cloudy. You can see some dark clouds over yonder, so we're hoping that we don't get a little sprinkle, but if we do, right, like I've been saying to these guys, I'm not really worried about the light rain, I'm worried about the storms. We got the concrete guys coming out next week, so if we can just last until then with a light rain and no heavy storms, we'll be all right. And what do you think about taking some of this dry dirt and spreading it around? Like taking some of this stuff, shovelfuls, and just sprinkling it in here to help. Do you think that would help?
Yeah, I think we need to set up the laser and get our 2.5 foot depth wherever it's too deep. Use some of that and come on back up.
I like that idea. Nice, fellas.
Yeah, that one was epic right there.
Yeah, it's all clear.
Yeah, solid ground.
Whew. Good job, guys. All right, only 5 more to do.
That's not too bad.
No. Are you banging your shovel against my nice house?
Yeah, the mud won't come off unless I have something banging against.
Oh, dang, dude.
I figure you poke a hole in it and I can do that.
Okay.
But I'll say this, I'm not going to the gym today.
This whole side's gonna be real slushy.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the worst time to work in Texas, right? From like 3 to 6, it's just the hottest.
I thought after our little lunch break there, our late lunch, got my energy back, but after 3 shovelfuls, I'm back to where I was. This is hard work.
Yeah, but it's also like 20 degrees hotter.
Yep. But you can already tell that this sun is drying this out.
Yeah.
Crunchy on top. Might be hard to see on the camera, but
that's all we need is just for this.
out.
All we need is just to remove all the soup and let it dry out. That's all we need.
Yep.
We're almost there.
would be cool living somewhere where it's rocky. You don't have to deal with all this.
Yep.
Then you got to dig rock, huh?
Yeah, but you also don't need a vapor barrier in those rocky places. And since it's so rocky, you don't even need that much reinforcement. So you just dig, and then.
My foot is stuck. Oh my gosh, I'm sinking.
Yep, we said this was gonna happen.
I
Told you.
You're here to film us, and now we're filming you.
Here's some solid.
It's so hard to get out of there. Nice. Okay. Good job.
Oh my gosh.
All right. You ready? All right. Here you
You
go.
just want to come out of your shoes. And for a little bit, it'll work until you mix it all in with the mud.
And now step on that. Oh. All right, gang, so the bottom is looking real good, and what I'm actually doing is I'm coming across here. We've got all this dirt that's been baking forever. So as Dad is removing the soup, I'm just getting shovelfuls of the real dry stuff, and I'm just kind of replacing the wet stuff with the dry stuff. It's not making it a 100% dry, but I think what it's helping doing is absorbing that moisture in that water.
It's definitely better.
Yeah, so you can actually step on it. Now, the main concern that I think, for us at least, is the water that's been absorbed into the dirt and the clay on the sides. Yeah, right up in the sides.
You talk about here?
Yeah, that's where all the water's sitting. So I think, you know, tomorrow morning when we come out and there's water in here, we're like, well, it's 90 degrees out here. Why? How's there water in there? It's because it's just seeping out because it has nowhere else to go. It can't go in because this is a dirt and clay mixture. So hopefully with this hot sun, it can bake it and dry it and evaporate it inside the dirt, because last thing we want is to come out tomorrow morning and see more water. But not the end of the world if that happens, because since we removed all the soup, it should be good.
Yeah, I feel like most of the water that was in here is out. I don't think it went in too far.
Right, I agree.
I'm glad we're doing this in April, not August.
Oh yeah.
I'd be done.
Oh yeah.
I would be a puddle.
Oh yeah. There are some people who are like, man, it's hot today. I'm like, oh, you have no idea. The Texas summers are crazy.
It's a perfect spring day for digging your foundation, Jordan.
Again?
Yeah. And that's the hardest part, is getting it unstuck.
Yeah,
Break
the
the
suction.
with the bottom
Yeah,
of
that's
the shovel.
that's something that I don't think we really have talked about a lot in this video, is just the amount of suction. I mean, each shovel load is probably 15 pounds.
And then you're fighting this.
Yep, and then it stays on the shovel.
You only dump half of it off.
Right, so you shovel a bunch, you fight it, and then since it's so sticky and suctiony, it sticks to the shovel. So like all that right there, good dump, but then when he pulls the shovel off, got a bunch on there still, so.
And you got to watch for the spatters.
Yeah, getting
You
spattered
toss
with,
it, it
getting
just
spattered
goes
with
everywhere.
mud isn't the most fun, but then it acts as like a natural sunscreen, so.
What's the SPF factor of mud? It's probably 100, huh?
That's Rad's expertise area.
100.
And bulldozer mode right here.
Nice.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yep.
That's nice and solid. That's what we're after.
Nice, Dad. You give that boy a turkey sandwich and he just keeps going.
Ooh, that was a mission.
Yeah, you knocked that out very fast. That might be good. Let's check. Man, you out in the heat enough and the mud starts to look like chocolate ice cream? And you're like, ugh, chocolate ice cream.
You guys don't have an ice cream man that comes?
No, but I've heard him actually.
We have one in our neighborhood.
What? That'd be freaking cool.
Yeah, there should be one here for sure. What's going on, man?
All right, it's looking like a foundation again.
Yeah, I feel like I had a massive rope, and this whole foundation is just a big old beast. Now, and all we've been doing is like trying to reel it back, like trying to gain control of the beast again.
Yeah, and then the beast takes off with the rope, and we got to go find the rope and pull it back again.
Yeah, but I feel like we actually have this thing under control again. At the start of this video, which was actually like at the beginning of the week, man, the motivation was at an all-time low, I'm telling you.
Full of water.
Wasted time, wasted money, but we put in the work, fellas. We really did. I mean, this is one of those videos that we just focused on getting the work done, and documenting it is kind of redundant. And again, I really want to sincerely apologize to everybody who's watching this video. Like, we know you guys are sick of seeing the dirt work.
Believe me, we are too.
We're so sick of it, so that's why we called Marcos. He's going to show up on Wednesday. We should have a concrete slab by Friday. Super excited about that, but let's talk about let's kind of talk about what we learned.
So if it's soil like this,
Go ahead, yeah.
you got to lay out your form. Don't set them yet, but you got to lay it out, maybe with string.
Right.
Get the plumber in here. He's going to do all your plumbing.
Right.
Your underground stuff.
Right.
And then you set your forms, then you dig.
Exactly right. And after you dig, you have your inspection, you get it passed, then you do vapor barrier rebar. But we're learning that Texas, it requires, I mean, we're doing so much. We're spending so much money on rebar, vapor barrier, termites. We are doing termites. We're doing all of that. And in some of these places, you just dig, put a little things of rebar in, and pour your concrete. But
Just the roll of the wire.
Yep.
I mean, that's, I think, 2 tons of rebar over there just for this garage.
oh man, this is going to be a nuke bunker when we're done with it. Strongest foundation in the whole county, probably.
Yeah. I noticed when we drove down the highway the other day, there's 2 batch plants like less than 2 miles away.
Right.
So you got a steady supply of concrete, no matter what it takes. They're going to fill this thing up for you.
Yeah, and something a little detail that we've learned is that with materials, you're always paying a delivery fee, and the farther away that the distribution is, the more you got to pay. So it is good that that the distribution is right down there.
If we're short a few yards, they can just send it right over.
Yeah,
We're not waiting an hour.
One thing I want to talk about is after we got done with the excavator and we were digging all this, we actually had planned to come back with shovels and fine-tune all of the grade beams. I will say, the positive that came out of this is the water did it for us.
We don't need to fine tune.
Right, so we actually, everything that we just did is to the right width. We got to dial in the height, but we're going to do that with the laser and some of this dirt back here. We're going to do that off camera. But next week, we're going to absolutely fly. We've got termites on Monday. We're going to reset our corner boards on Tuesday, and then the boys get out here on Wednesday. They're going to form it up, vapor barrier, rebar, inspection Thursday, pour Friday. And we would have loved to get down in there and do the rebar. We would have absolutely loved to do that. But number one, pan over there real quick, Rad. Do you see how much steel that is? With 3 guys never doing that before? Let's be real for a second, guys. We're not doing that. I mean, that's going to take us a week or 2.
But I'd like to help them and just learn how to do it.
Let's get dirty.
Yep.
Let's get dirty. That's what we're here for. So it should be real exciting, man. We're kind of at the point where we want to move on. So we're going to pay somebody to help us move on. But we got the framing under control. So once we start putting the sticks up, we got that. Very exciting. Hopefully it stays hot. Hopefully it keeps baking all of this wetness. It's 92 degrees right now. Hopefully it stays that way.
Is it 92 right now?
It feels like 92. It's 87, but it feels like 92. It feels like 150. This is hard work out here and lesson learned. I hope somebody watching this can be like, oh man, hey.
Yeah, if you're DIYing it, you need to get it done lickety split 2, 3, 4 days.
Yeah, you have to.
Can't wait and film and all that stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's wrap this thing up, huh? This has been a tough one. This has been a tough one.
I'm so beat I can't even think of anything to say about the like button, but maybe.
You got any ideas, Rad? Maybe just
get all the sludge, all that.
Yeah.
Slimes out of your
Yeah, make sure all that soup is off your like button. Make sure your like button's nice and dry, and smash it.
Smash it. Ask a question, drop a comment. Don't forget studpack.com for merch. Check it out. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you next week when we're ready to pour concrete on the Stud Pack house.
That's right. Give it a like just for that, huh, fellas? Let's have a good week next week, huh?